I'm so grateful to be able to spend the lunch hour together, or this next 30 minutes together. So while we give everybody a second to get in here, get comfortable, let me go ahead and give you all some house rules. So this is not your typical webinar. I am not here to just talk at you. My name is Amber Fields. I am the CEO of Black UX Labs. This is an interactive experience, okay? So you can have your camera on or your camera off, either what you prefer, but this is interactive. You are not here to just listen, but you're also here to work through it in real time. So with that being said, I need you all to please have with you something to write with or something to write on, like your phone, notepad or pen, if you're still like me, where you're like, I gotta write it down for it to hit. And then, or your computer, either one, but go ahead and grab something to write with and or write on. And we'll get started in just about 2 minutes. All right. Welcome, gang. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So while we wait, I'm so excited to see you all because it's been a minute since I've been virtual and I'm so excited to be back. But while we wait, can you all start to drop in the chat where you're located, like where y'all representing from? I'll just go ahead and start. I'm shouting out from Kentucky. I'm here from Kentucky representing the Louisville Cardinals. So y'all drop in the chat where you're from. Where's everybody calling in from? Austin. That's what's up. How you doing, Lyric? All right.
Okay, we got Dallas. Come on, Dallas.
What's up?
Love Dallas. Got Raleigh. Okay, Nigeria.
Okay, Vegas. What's
Welcome.
up? How are y'all? How are you all? Welcome to Passion to Paid. I hope y'all are ready to get active. Come on, Thelma. How you doing, Thelma? What's up, ATL? Always a pleasure to have y'all in the building. Where are y'all calling in from? Just drop it in the chat. We're going to get started in just a moment. I'm so appreciative for you all to spend your lunch, some of your lunchtime with me today. So I will make it worthwhile. Just get in here, get comfortable, get some waters, whatever you need to stay motivated. But we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fun, I promise. So anybody new joining, can you please drop where you're calling in from in the chat? We just kind of want to see where everybody is. And then if you got an opportunity to network with somebody nearby, please do if y'all don't already know each other. Because that's where Black UX Lab started, was networking virtually. So find your tribe, find your people. All right, I'm gonna give it one more minute and then we're gonna get started. I want to be respectful of everybody's time. So let's do this. Hey, from Chicago, what's going on, Carrington? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So if you just joined us, hey, I'm Amber, CEO of Black UX Labs, where we are here to help you brand your story and land the jobs that you are looking for, okay? Land the contracts, land the jobs. We are here to serve and service user experience designers, researchers, product managers, product development, freelancers, small business owners, and entrepreneurs in the product development space. So I hope I let you know that I am here talking to you, for you, from you, because I know this world. I myself am a UX researcher by trade turned entrepreneur. I flipped my skills into a paid opportunity. So I'm here today to show you a little bit of how I did that and how you too can do that. So, welcome to Passion to Pay, Crafting Winning Designs and Unforgettable Pitches. I am your moderator and host, along with my chat host, Fenice Simeon. Can you please wave to the people, girl? Hey, girl.
Hello, how are you? Welcome.
So she's going to be running the chat. So please, for those who are uncomfortable being off camera, please feel free to stay engaged in the chat because she's going to be dropping gems in the chat as well as I go through our presentation today. So thank you, Fenice, for being here. And let's get started. All right. So for many of you, you may have already got a message from me on LinkedIn asking you about your confidence level in branding. Now, your confidence level in articulating your brand to industry leaders, how comfortable are you all? If you don't mind, just take a second and drop that confidence number, 1 to 5, 5 being very confident, in the chat. Tell me how you're feeling right now. Some of you had a chance to share your level of confidence with me on LinkedIn, but I want you all to also be able to share it here during our time together. All right, I'm seeing some ones, I'm seeing some threes. Okay, some 3.5s. Okay, some ones. All right. Okay, some threes. Okay. So, one question I have for you, if you don't mind to add, what is the thing or what's the barrier holding you from a 5? Anybody willing to share in the chat? What is stopping you from feeling like you are at a 5 of being very confident to articulate your brand story? And don't be scared, y'all. We're all family. What's stopping you from being a 5? Okay. All right. That's real. Having more skills. Okay. Thank you, Ebony. All right. Public speaking. That's always one that gets us. I understand that. And when looking for a position, I'm trying to be everything to everybody to get the job. I get that. Not enough opportunity, the confidence, properly articulating what I do and what I can offer. Understood. Okay. Knowing what's relevant, what's attractive. All right. So knowing staying up on those trends, I get that as well. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for sharing that. So during this time together, if you haven't already heard me say, go ahead and grab a pencil, a pen, a piece of paper where you can write some of this down because something is powerful when you write down your thoughts and intentions. It also can be established and accomplished through your phone and your computer. But if you have an opportunity to write this down for today, you're going to really be able to cut it up, chop it up, and get it exactly how you need it. So go ahead, if you don't mind, and grab that piece of paper so we can rock it. But thank you all for sharing the barriers. And these are all very relevant. I mean, we're talking confidence, we're talking relevant opportunities, we're talking access to opportunities, we're talking skills, public speaking. I mean, how do we climb the ladder? How do we get to the other side of that? And a lot of that is how we tell our story. We're not sometimes being asked to know more than what we know, but we are being asked to articulate what we know. So let's get started in just defining what is a personal brand. It is basically a story that accompanies you every time your name comes up in a room. And the first time I heard that, I was like, "Oh, okay. I hope the stories are all good. I hope they're pretty decent." But ultimately, a personal brand is the story that is associated with your name. So, what story are people saying about you? And ultimately, what are you saying about yourself? All right. So, we're going to take a second, everybody. If you haven't done this already, or if you already had an opportunity to do it through LinkedIn messaging, let's take a second and write down our 1 sentence story or our 2 sentence, 1 to 2 sentences. What I want you to cover in these 1 to 2 sentences are very specific. All right. 4 things: who you are, what you do, what problem do you solve, and what impact do you deliver? And when I'm talking impact, I'd like to see some numbers from you. But if you don't have numbers, be very clear on what part of the process or what value do you bring to your clients. or to those job opportunities. So take a second. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to write it out. No pressure. There are no right or wrong answers. And if anybody's feeling confident enough, if anybody's feeling confident enough, let's see here, hold on. I want you to put it in the chat. All right, so how are we feeling so far? Let's see. Ooh, Carrington, you bold. I like it. I like it. Good job, my man. All right. Carrington, if you don't mind, I'm gonna share with the group. But thank you for being the first to share. So let's see. I am a digital experience designer who helps small to mid-sized businesses grow and scale by enhancing their digital presence through website design, marketing, and strategy. I have helped bridge the gap for three businesses lacking a strong online footprint or seeking to improve their digital engagement. Great job. Great job. That was solid. That was strong. Does anybody else want to share in the chat? All right. Nice. I am a music lover, a traveler at heart, and a technophile, all of which inspired me to be a product designer today. My motivation to develop significant user-centered solutions is motivated by my love of assisting others in whatever way I can. That's strong, Rihanna. Good job. That's strong. All right. Thank you, Fenice, for dropping in there to give some examples. I'm Fenice, an operations consultant, and I simplify business by automating tasks to save time and money. Hashtag my sentence. That's strong as well. So don't worry. If you didn't share, it's all good. Again, there are no right or wrong answers here, but I just want to hear how you describe your own story. And the reason that this matters is because when someone meets you, they want to like you. If you all haven't heard that before, when someone is going to hire you, they want to also like you. They're not just hiring the skills, they're hiring the person that comes with the skills. So it's very important to kind of to understand what story you're telling so that you can align with people who are looking for that skill set. And it's also very important to have a clear story of what makes it easy or what people value about working with you. One quick tip I would love to give you all, if you're not already doing this, is to overutilize, if you can, LinkedIn's recommendations. It's a section that I feel like many of us could many of us could utilize and maximize when we don't know our clear value proposition. If it takes you more than 5 minutes to know what you're good at, it is time to ask somebody that you've worked with to share what that is. So that is a quick, easy way without a lot of pressure on yourself to say, hey, could you please write a recommendation about our experience together? And you'll be surprised sometimes how you've been impactful. And sometimes it might be, if you're anything like myself, working on things in the beginning, working on products during inception, where it's hard to quantify users and quantify traffic because we're just now building the product to begin with. A lot of times you need recommendations to say, hey, you helped us save time because you impacted decision making. You helped us save time because you helped us understand that we needed to go left instead of right. And sometimes that information can be hard for you to understand and value for yourself. But if you use the LinkedIn recommendation tool, that will be a great start for gathering that value proposition quickly. And then understand why you're being trusted. Understand that if you make it a team effort, they will want to be a team with you. So it's very important that you move in that way of becoming a team player and really understanding how your brand story impacts the bigger brand story, the overall brand story. And there's three pillars of winning a brand story. That's with clarity. It's simple, it's easy to use. The reason I ask you to write it in 2 sentences is because I want you to remember it. The reason I asked you to write it down is because I want you to repeat it. When you have it simple and clear, you make it even easier for alignment. And that's your ultimate goal, is alignment. Then relevance. You want to be clear of who you're talking to. One of the barriers that we saw in the beginning was, trying to be everything to everybody. And that may not be advantageous for you when growing and climbing the ladder to articulating your brand. Because once you realize and accept your story and share your story, you'll realize you can't be for everyone. And as Black and Brown people, we should also accept that that's one of our superpowers, that we don't even want to be for everyone. We want to have alignment. That needs to be our goal so that we have peace. Peace. That's the ultimate goal. Okay. So when we are unclear about our audience, we're speaking their language. Now that's easier for them to find us. Now it's easier for them to align with us. Now it's easier for them to want to be around and communicate and come to our webinars because they understand that we are talking to them. And then last but not least, but very important, is what problem do you solve? We've got to know that. There are trends within the specifically UX that are very important when it comes to problem solving. And there's 7 top areas of concern, but I'll focus on like top 2 right now. That is saving time. Are you have the skill set or the ability to minimize the time it takes for a user to complete a task on someone's website or on someone's app? Can you do that? That's a huge problem to solve. If your designs can solve that, then I care as a potential client, or a potential hiring manager. Okay. Then if you think about other problems to be solved, like can you make something move even faster? Can you decrease the delay between different frames and between different apps? Are you able to save time, ultimately save money? When you can approach your brand story by ultimately solving a problem, you make it very easy for number 2, for you to connect to your audience, because they're going to care what you share about the way that you can help make their life easier. And then you'll find a way to ultimately make it simpler for them to then connect with you and understand your unique value. So what are some that stand out? Now, as somebody who uses LinkedIn every day, okay, I use LinkedIn every day to connect with people like yourself and to connect with other individuals who are looking to transition into tech or who are looking to transition out of tech, because there are a lot of us that are looking to do that as well. I find 2 common mistakes. Now, as someone who's on LinkedIn every day, who's connecting people like you to organizations like Best Buy, LinkedIn, HBO, D-Scout, Bloomberg, it is very important that you know how powerful your LinkedIn profile is. And with that being said, your headline is your digital handshake on LinkedIn. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. Your headline is your digital handshake. So one thing I also notice a lot on LinkedIn is people saying, hey, I'm a graphic designer or I'm a UX designer with 8 years of experience. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all, baby. You are competing with about 4 million people. That don't tell me nothing. That tells me nothing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. Okay, you got 8 years. All right. What am I supposed to do with that 8 years? How is that 8 years valuable to me? And how is that 8 years valuable to you? So right now, if you just got UX researcher or UX designer or or business owner or designer at such and such company, and you're not telling how you are or what your unique value prop or what your quirk is, your niche is, you are dropping the ball. You are dropping the ball for engagement, for connections, for direct messaging. You are missing out on opportunities to sell yourself. So, a strong example then would be I'm a graphic designer who helps small businesses and brands attract loyal customers. Carrington, I hope you heard that one. I needed to be specific as to what you are doing so that again, that relevance part, I can find you if I'm looking for you. If I'm a small business that has the problem right now of attracting loyal customers, guess what I want? A designer who can help me help a small business like me attract loyal customers. So one, and even if you want to be more succinct, I love when people use the space in between to make it like cookie cutter, but very clear on what they do. I'm a UX researcher and accessibility advocate. Well, if I'm looking for a researcher with accessibility experience, I'm going to pay attention to this profile because this profile is in alignment with what I'm looking for. So don't sleep on yourself by not really leaning into who you are so that people looking for you can find you. Okay. And I got excited. If y'all can hear me in here clapping my hands and stuff, I'm getting excited under the table. Okay, so aligning your story with the results that you deliver. Now, this is something that could be helpful for your portfolios as well. I know a lot of times we spend a lot of time worried about our portfolios, and as we should, but remember, these people don't even know you. So what they're really looking for is how can you help me? Okay, in a moment like Kevin Hart, help me. They don't care about your long-winded story. They want to know what impact did you deliver on that particular project. So let's talk case studies, for example. If you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, freelancer, let's talk case studies. Are you talking directly to the problem in which you solved? Are you talking about that problem? Are you reiterating that problem to your audience? To the audience? Are you very specific on the role that you played? Like sometimes when I'm reading portfolios, I'll notice where somebody is telling me the entire story about the entire project, and they themselves get lost in the story because they've shared so much about the overall project that they neglected to talk about how they were Superman or Superwoman in that particular experience. So you want to be really clear on your role and then the results. Don't be scared to get those numbers, honey. You got to have those numbers to share with the people, okay? You got to have them. So Black UX Labs got somebody, we recruited someone to Best Buy over the last quarter and got him a $35,000 increase in his salary, something he had not experienced in a while. And so I understood for me to get more opportunities with that particular client, Best Buy, that I want to continue to share that we help people in this field find top talent and also help that top talent land $35,000 increases. Okay. That is a number a result that I can add to my case studies, that I can carry in my digital briefcase when I am going around to different corporate organizations to find pipelines or create pipelines for talent like you all to get in the door. All right. So some mistakes I'm seeing, like we've talked about, we can be a little too vague, or we can talk about everything under the sun, and then we forget who we're talking to. Again, these people don't know us, y'all. They don't know us. They really don't even care really what we got to say sometimes. But we need to be clear, though, of who they are. Spending a lot of time or spending sometimes doing some like design thinking work on your audience when you're looking for contracts and hiring managers is beneficial to you because you'll start to think like them. You'll start to understand this is what they're looking for. They're not really trying to be petty or ignore me, maybe or maybe not, but 9 times out of 10, they're really not ignoring me. They're being bombarded with hundreds of other applicants. How am I going to get to them in a way that stands out? And so we just have to be clear about who our audience is and spend a little bit more time. So I know we only have 5 more minutes. So with all that feedback, if anybody wouldn't mind taking another stab at your 1 to 2 sentence story, please go ahead and write it out. Try again one more time. See what you think. See what has changed for you, who you are, what you do, what problem you solve, and what impact that you deliver. Take a second and write that out. And if you don't mind, go ahead and drop that in the chat. And Ebony, I see your comment here about being hesitant to be very specific on what you do because you don't want to give up opportunities. I really appreciate you sharing that, because what I'm seeing is you're not giving up opportunities, but what you'll have to do is lean into your abundance, knowing that what you know is enough, knowing that what you possess is enough, and that those opportunities will find you. Now, of course, collaborating in different groups and different organizations to build those skills is very advantageous. But know that what you possess right now and today is enough to start to tell your story. You'll only, one thing about branding yourself is that it never stops. You will always have to tell your story in some way. So just consider it as an opportunity to continuously evolve. It never dies. It's never going to be stagnant or static. It will continuously evolve into something much more specific and niche as the years go. So try to start there if you can, from a place of abundance.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. All right, Rosanna. I like that. I like that. Anybody else want to drop it in the chat? So brand strategists with expertise in helping entrepreneurs and organizations articulate their mission, vision, and values. She says she's still thinking through the impact line, but definitely impactful to see that she's clear she wants to help with that beginning stages. All right, Keith, management consultant of over 5 years who drives change management strategy for 10 plus federal and state government agencies. Nice. That is impactful. Keith, I would ask for you to tell me more about who drives change management strategy, to dig a little deeper into what that is specifically so that you can align with those looking for you. And then in the last couple minutes, for those who don't want to share, okay, Tay, come on, girl. Tay, let me see. I'm Tayana, a UX and narrative designer dedicated to crafting user-centered experiences that champion inclusivity, accessibility, and designing a pluriverse. All right. Ensuring diverse voices, perspectives, and cultures are authentically represented in digital spaces and gaming worlds. I like that. Now, what I will offer you is an opportunity to take that and make it even shorter for your headline on LinkedIn. Definitely lean into GPT there to use it. I consider it almost like a billboard on the highway. How can you get to 5 words or less or 8 words or less? When I worked in advertising, we could not put more than 8 words on a billboard. So if you want somebody to really be able to kind of understand what that means to them quickly in 8 words or less, I would definitely encourage you to go to ChatGPT and put in that prompt to see how you can make a headline in 8 words or less. All right, I see they're coming in. I'm so excited, y'all. We're running out of time. So look, this is great. Thank you so much. I want you all to now add in I want you all to now add your confidence score from 1 to 5 in the chat. Just take a second for a minute. Add that in the chat from 1 to 5, 5 being very confident. How are you now after hearing this conversation? How are you now about understanding where you need to be? Have we grown at all? Has anybody grown? Okay. All right. I like my threes. I like my threes. Okay. And feel free, not gonna hurt my feelings. I want to know where you are. Okay. We came up. Okay. Okay, y'all. I'm here for it. Yes, we came up. Yes, honey. Where's it? Clock it. Clock it. We did that together in 30 minutes. That's right, honey. Okay, so if you all are anything like well, I mean, you've already grown in 30 minutes. You see what we can accomplish in 30 minutes. What if you spent 8 weeks with me? What if we went through a full branding accelerator and dug deep into cultivating a brand story that you can continue to create and evolve, but also we get some one-on-ones, we get some group sessions, and we get an opportunity to also meet some industry leaders so we can start cultivating that network that we want. Because what is very imperative in today's landscape for all of us, no matter where we are, is that we network up and we network out. We want to make sure that we're not just staying in our bubbles, because our bubbles may be feeling like those opportunities that are just like not there. When we network up and we network out, we can get to those people. Okay. So if you are looking for an opportunity to really grow your brand, and I'm being serious about it, grow your LinkedIn profile, get your resume tight, get your portfolio tight, network with industry leaders, then I am going to challenge you to join me for 8 weeks starting February 24th, 2025, for 8 weeks, so that you have an opportunity to grow your brand, get the alignment opportunities that you're looking for, and have the templates that you need in order to continue to grow after those 8 weeks. And then I'll also show you how to track your success once we leave. So when we check in with each other, you know exactly where you want to be. You have those objectives and those KPIs on hand. So I want to thank you all so much for the opportunity to speak and listen today and learn from you all. I hope that you enjoyed this interactive webinar. I'm also going to say, please check the links in the chat. We have the opportunity for you to join the 8-week course, but also please take a second to fill out the survey. I want you all to take a second to fill out the survey. If nothing else, when you complete the survey, you will get a free resource guide from us that can help you brand your story. If you're not ready, quite ready to commit to our 8-week course, we still want to see you in. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate